Kev,
Hi.
I have a challenge for you this time.
Okay.
So what if I were to give you £100 per bottle to find the best blended whiskies in the shop?
Best blended whiskies. Okay, any whiskies.
Any whiskey as long as it's £100 or less.
Okay, £100. Right, easy. I can do this. Challenge accepted. Many whiskey lovers only reach for single malts, just like I have done, but they are missing out by doing this.
What most people don't realise is that blended whiskies were once considered the pinnacle of the whiskey world. Before the single malt renaissance, the master blender was the true artist of the whiskey industry.
And the best blends today, they combine the science of distillation with the art of balance, creating something that's often greater than the sum of its parts.
Today, we've found 7 exceptional blended whiskies that prove blends can be every bit as complex, nuanced and exciting as single malts, and all for under £100. Coming up, we're going to explore 7 remarkable blended whiskies that we think deserve a place in your collection.
We'll discover the fascinating stories behind these whiskies, from independent bottlers pushing boundaries to historic brands being revitalised. Now you'll learn what makes each blend special, from the unique cask combinations to innovative production methods. And what we'll do is we'll share the tasting notes to help you understand what makes these blends stand out from the crowd.
Whether you're new to whiskey or a seasoned collector, these blends offer exceptional quality and value that might just change the way you think about blended whiskey forever.
Now first up, we've got Thompson Brothers Lowry's Reserve. Now this Highland blend shows what independent bottlers can achieve when they're really free to experiment.
What makes this whiskey special is its remarkable complexity. The Thompson brothers have combined 3 hogsheads of well-sherried Scotch with 2 barrels of 11-year-old Speyside whiskey that was matured in bourbon casks.
They've even included nearly 21% of their 1994 Strathclyde from refill barrels for added texture, and a portion that was finished in an Australian Shiraz wine cask previously used by the Campbeltown Brewery in Edinburgh. Now that is a lot of thought going into this one single bottle.
On the palate, you get this wonderful interplay of spice, oak and toffee with a beautiful orange note that brightens the whole experience. It's incredibly well balanced.
Now what I love about this whiskey is the story behind it. Philip and Simon Thompson established the Dornoch distillery back in 2016, focusing on organic heritage barley and long fermentations using brewer's yeast in wooden washbacks. Now these guys are true innovators.
And at just £45, this is incredible value for such a thoughtfully crafted blend. It's perfect for anyone looking to discover what independent bottlers can bring to the blending world. So next we're heading to Campbeltown with the Campbeltown Loch, a blend that captures the essence of a region that was once known as the whiskey capital of the world.
That's right, Kelly. Inside this bottle, it's a blend of single malts from the region, including spirits from, you've got Springbank, you've got Longrow and Glen Scotia distilleries, all matured in both bourbon and sherry casks.
Now when you taste it, that maritime influence is really coming through. There's a wonderful salted caramel note alongside vanilla and just a hint of that characteristic Campbeltown peat smoke as well.
Now this whiskey manages to distill the character of an entire whiskey region into just one bottle. It's like taking a whiskey tour of Campbeltown without ever having to leave your own home.
Yeah, this is the perfect introduction to the Campbeltown style and a great example of how blending can capture a sense of place. If you've never explored Campbeltown whiskies before, this is definitely the place to start.
And only £40, it's our most affordable pick today, making it a very accessible entry point to the world of quality blended whiskies.
So our next selection is the White Heather 15-year-old, which is a beautiful example of how age statements can add real depth to blended whiskies.
Now this blend has a really fascinating backstory. It was revived by Billy Walker, who's something of a legend in the whiskey world. After his success with Ben Riach in Glendronach, he acquired Glenalchie, and then he decided to bring back this historic blend.
What makes it special is the combination of single malt and grain whiskies, all aged for at least 15 years, in a mix of first fill American oak, sherry and refill casks.
Now the result is this wonderfully rich sherry character with beautiful notes of heather honey, which is very fitting given its name, alongside some dried fruits and just a touch of smoke in the background.
Now, it's perfect for those who appreciate a well-aged whiskey with a sherry influence but don't want to spend an absolute fortune.
That's correct, and it's £60 for a 15-year-old blend of this quality. It really does represent extraordinary value. Now, when you consider that many 15-year-old single malts would cost you well over £100, this shows you how blends can offer amazing quality at really accessible prices. My next choice is Wolfcraig 14, which brings some serious star power to the blending world.
Now, this 14-year-old blended Scotch is crafted by not one, but two legendary master blenders, Richard Patterson, known as the Nose, and Ian McMillan, now both with decades of experience between them.
Now, they've created this blend using a combination of first fill bourbon and Cherry Casks, resulting in a whiskey really rich with honeyed sweetness and beautiful dried fruits and just the right amount of spice.
Now, Wolfcraig is focused on creating premium blended whiskies that honour Scotland's whisky heritage, rather than following the current trends.
Now, having these master blenders involved shows just how seriously they take the art of blending. This isn't just another blend, it's a masterclass in whisky creation.
Now, at £70, you're getting the benefit of decades of blending expertise in every sip. It's a whisky that rewards slow, thoughtful tasting and revealing new layers every time you go back to it. So, just under our £100 limit at £98.50, we have something truly innovative, the Compass Box Experimental Grain Whisky.
Now, John Glasser and the team at Compass Box are known for pushing boundaries, and this limited edition of just 6,142 bottles shows exactly why they're considered pioneers in the blending world.
Now, what makes this truly unique is the inclusion of peated coffee distilled whisky from Loch Lomond Distillery. Despite being made 100% from malted barley, because it's distilled in a coffee still, it's technically classified as grain whisky.
Now, they've combined this with grain whiskies from Cameron Bridge and North British distilleries, all aged in recharred barrels and hogsheads. It's designed as an alter ego to their famous hedonism expression.
The flavour profile is fascinating. There's banana and toffee mingling with soft, savoury barbecue smokiness, alongside hints of rum and raspberry. Then on the palate you get this almond and vanilla before a really unusual but delicious flavour of burnt pine cones develops.
This whiskey challenges everything you think you know about grain whiskey. It shows that with the right distillation methods and cask selection, grain whiskey can actually be every bit as complex and characterful as single malts can.
Just under £100 at £98.50, this is a collector's item that also happens to be a joy to drink, perfect for the whisky enthusiast that thinks they've tried it all.
Next, we've got something special from south of the border this time. It's the Lakes Distillery's The One Cherry Cask.
Now, this is a fascinating blend that showcases that English whisky producers are bringing to the world of blended whisky. The Lakes has taken select Scotch grain and malt whiskies and finished them in First Fill Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez sherry casks.
Now, what I love about this approach is how they're taking the traditional art of blending and adding their own unique finish to create something really distinctive.
On the nose, you're going to get these beautiful notes of dried fruits, treacle and bacon spices. And then on the palate, it's rich and complex with dark chocolate, orange peel and even a hint of smoke that adds another dimension.
Now, the finish on this one, it's long and it's warming with that lingering sherry sweetness that makes you really want to go back and take another sip of it. It's a perfect example of thoughtful cask selection enhancing an already quality blend.
The Lakes Distillery is one of England's leading whisky producers and it attracts over 100,000 visitors annually to their site near Bassenthwaite Lake in the Lake District. This showcases how the whisky world is expanding beyond the traditional regions.
And at just £39.95, this offers exceptional value for a sherry-influenced blend of this quality. It's a perfect addition to a forward-looking collection that recognises great whisky can come from anywhere.
And finally, we couldn't create a list of exceptional blended whiskies without including one of the classics, the Chivas Regal 18-year-old.
Now, this is a blend that has helped define the premium blended whisky category. It's being crafted by master blender Colin Scott, and it combines over 20 single malt and grain whiskies, each aged for a minimum of 18 years.
Now, there's a significant influence from Speyside malts in this, which gives it that signature smoothness and elegance that Chivas is known for.
Now, on the palate with this one, Kelly, is wonderfully rich. It's multi-layered with notes of dried fruits, buttery toffee, dark chocolate, and a subtle hint of that spice again. And it's really incredibly well balanced.
What's impressive about the Chivas 18 is its consistency. Creating a blend this complex with such a reliable profile is a remarkable achievement in blending.
This is a multiple award-winning whiskey that has stood the test of time in an ever-changing market. It's perfect for those special occasions when you want something with both heritage and refinement.
Now at £85, it shows that the major established brands can deliver exceptional quality and complexity that stands alongside the most creative independent bottlers. So those are Cav's 7 exceptional blended whiskies, all for under £100. What makes these 7 special as a collection is the sheer variety he's found.
Each one of these choices I've got here brings something unique to your collection, and together they show the incredible diversity and value that blended whiskies can offer.
Blended whiskies have come a long way from being seen as just the affordable alternative to single malts. Today's master blenders are creating complex, nuanced whiskies that deserve a place in any serious collection.
And the best part is, you don't need to break the bank to explore this world. As we've shown, there are extraordinary blends available at every price point under £100.
Whether you're just starting your whiskey journey or you're a seasoned collector looking to expand your horizons, these blends offer exceptional quality, character and value.
Of course, once you've explored the world of premium blends, you might be ready to add some exceptional single malts to your collection.
Which is why we've created a guide to build your whiskey collection with 5 exceptional whiskies under £200 right here. And in that video, we explore some truly special bottles that complement these blends perfectly. And together, they'll give you a well-rounded collection that showcases the best of what the whiskey world has to offer. So click here to watch that next.